So the other day, No Clip revealed their documentary on the making of Fallout 76, which had Bethesda discussing their approach to developing this game, while also going through a lot of new gameplay information and also presenting some never-before-seen footage. Today we're going to go through everything revealed because this hopefully will give you a better understanding of what this online-focused Fallout game is actually like. So nonetheless, let's begin with a rundown of all that was revealed. Fallout 76 was in fact the multiplayer design of Fallout 4. This was first discussed around 2013, but they never pulled the trigger on it. But later on in Fallout 4's development, they again realized this was something that they wanted to do, but in a separate game. They got some help from Battlecry Studios, who at the time was not doing anything, and they began implementing the Quake netcode into the creation engine with Fallout 4 on top of it. Battlecry would be met with a lot of challenges, even for experienced online developers. When Battlecry was developing the multiplayer project, it was realized the engine was amazing for single player and revolved around our one player, and they needed to completely change that, which for one, the whole quest system had to be changed since it only revolved around the player. As development continued on, Battlecry figured out how to make multiplayer work, and this is when Fallout 76 really began, leading into Bethesda realizing a huge new world was needed, and they eventually chose West Virginia, 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. Apparently because this is a more rural setting, they felt lore-wise, since it's West Virginia, no one would, meaning the Chinese, would feel the need to nuke it, which is somewhat the explanation for some of the green and alive regions throughout the world. They also liked West Virginia because of all the landmarks, government secrets, and the folklore like Mothman. There are more creatures and variations that are in the game than Fallout 4. Also, since radiation is still so strong, insane mutations lead to crazy-looking creatures like the massive sloth. They wanted encounters with other humans to feel special, and they had a lot of thoughts back and forth about it. Game testing with both AI and human players proved to be a challenge, since you would wonder if it was AI or just another player. Another reason why there is no human NPCs or artificial intelligence was because it was only 20 years after the Fallout. Lore-wise, there wasn't really anything established like factions, at least not in desolate West Virginia. But since combat with AI is an essential part of Fallout, they made a faction of intelligent ghouls called the Scorched. Feral ghouls with guns, pretty much. There are many different biomes throughout West Virginia, dynamic weather system is featured, and there's much more detail and items than Fallout 4. They are also using a lot of new technology for Fallout 76, which they are most likely testing for future installments. Landscape is made with the hope that you can get lost in the world, and they want to encourage people to make use of landmarks and binoculars and etc. A lot of real-world nuclear stuff from the 50s and 60s are in West Virginia. They've also implemented a lot of cool stuff like that, and it seems that a lot of the fun in the game is going to be to stumble upon interesting areas and points of interest like the Greenbrier Resort. But now we're actually going to get into more of the gameplay side that was revealed. The game is online, there are no private maps or offline mode to speak of, although Todd did mention private servers before, we don't know how that'll work. There is a story and quest, but it's not the focus of the game. It's up to the player to decide what to do when and then. Also, events like what you had in Fallout 4, where super mutants or gigantic bosses will attack you or bases, is happening in Fallout 76. Also, there's public workshops you can capture after taking out enemy NPCs or players, which give you access to super good resources for crafting, like bullets. Yes, you can get lead and craft ammunition and so forth. It seems that you can literally craft anything in the game. You will have to explore different biomes to get certain recipes and parts needed for crafting. They want survival elements, but not like having to brush teeth to be able to eat elements. You have to drink and eat to survive. You can eat cats too. That was one of the examples that they mentioned. There's also diseases and mutations, which is actually one of the most interesting things that they mentioned. The more rats that you have, the more likely the chance for mutations. Mutations bring traits with positive and negative. They can be permanent if you want. It seems that they mostly affect gameplay, but there are some visual changes. Item degrading is back, meaning that we'll probably have to repair our weapons, and food does rot in Fallout 76. You can also sell crafted stuff to other players, possibly serving as maybe a trader. When you level up, you can pick a perk card. There are a limited amount of cards active at one time. It's easier to re-roll your skills. You can also share cards in a party to specialize in certain roles. Bethesda is exploring the ideas of players players being able to place vendor robots in hub areas so other players can buy from it. There is wanted levels on aggressive players, pretty much sounds like Red Dead Redemption's bounty system. The game does still feel like Fallout, but the loop and mood are different when you are playing with others. They did confirm there's a crashed space station, as we saw within the trailer. Right now it seems there will be 24 to 32 people on each server. You'll be able to open up the map and then you can see where all the players are. You can help them with an event, trade, or possibly kill them, which I will add, this sounds like griefing will be a massive problem. There's a team limit of 4, but it's adjustable though. Joining friends in different servers is seamless, just one loading screen and you're in. A team deathmatch mode will be featured. The end game is said to be launching nukes. When you launch a nuke, it lands and makes the whole area radiated and max level with high-end loot and rare materials. What spawns depends on the biome you nuke, but eventually the area will go back to normal. There are different groups that can get nukes and hold onto them. I guess the idea is that Bethesda wants like a sort of Cold War situation, or you can team up and I guess be friends with them. Now, some of the final important notes that were hit on: the game will be kept alive for many years with free updates. It's a live service game, as we all know. They'll make this happen by using microtransactions, but they made very clear it's only cosmetics. Cosmetics that you can earn also through the gameplay, so probably no locked content. Bethesda stated this is a crucial element, the cosmetic microtransactions, to keep dedicated servers up and keep downloadable content free. So pretty much it seems like the Creation Club probably will be back with these cosmetic microtransactions. There will also be both small and big updates coming, downloadable content, events, patches, etc. And they are very ready to adjust the game and plans accordingly to how players play it. So that pretty much is everything that was revealed, and I will say there are some serious concerns with griefing, especially if players can see your location at all times. I will say Mutations sounds really cool, and I'm glad weapon degrading is back, something that I did not understand why it was not in Fallout 4, but we discussed a lot of information, and I want to know what you guys think of it in the comment section below. What excites you or makes you the most nervous? Let me know. But thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value. Also consider subscribing for much more Fallout 76 content to come, and I'll see you later.